and we're about to start the second half. Now, if you were the stats coach, what would you be telling your team at halftime?
Oh, that's a very good question. I think they've got to talk to one another more. They don't seem to know where each other are on the field, whereas I feel like Keele, because they're so much more vocal, they know they don't even need to think about where they're passing. They just know where their teammates are going to be.
I agree completely. Like that, it just seems like it all hinges on their point guard who's on the ball right now. They seem to be a bit better. Maybe they listen to what you're saying now, and they seem to be passing better. And Halton misses a fairly easy there. He did well in the post, but misses the open shot there. Tom Lindsay, the captain, passes into the foot, but luckily remains in Mabok's hands. And he dummies him, and I think it's Keele ball. It went off the Stats player last, and it will be Keele ball in the Stats territory. So, if you're just joining us, it is Keele in the black and Stats in the red. Keele going from left to right and Stats right to left. It's Leon Lee with the ball now, number 8. Takes the shot, goes around the whole court, doesn't see anyone, so he thinks, why not go through it myself? Cuts in and hits the shot.
Great start to the quarter from Keele. Lead back up to 8 points, less than a minute played. Real, setting a marker for the rest of the game.
And that was a lovely play. The thing is, he was so dominant in the first half, their point guard, with the freeze and also getting into position to either get fouled or get the layup, that you can tell the Keele defense are focusing in more than any other player, and they're leaving other players open.
Yeah, I think both defenses have now targeted which are the key men to make sure they don't let through.
And it's the key man with the three.
Oh, with another
4-3.
Another three. The lead down to just 3.
Another 3. What can he say? Like, that's his 5th 3 of the game,
and
minimum.
And there's just nothing you can do about quality shots like that.
It's not necessarily quality shots. He makes some quality shots. And Tom Lindsay gained the rebound. And what's happening there? It's being called out, and it's apparently a Stats ball. And apologies for not catching for why, but that's what it is. And more fans trying to get into the stands, but there's just not enough space. Like,
there is not.
There's 2 or 3 in a stand of maybe 200, 2 or 3 seats. Everybody's wanting to come to this game. That is so close. 3-point game now. This is one shot in it, and Keele need to get their scoring off the mark. Mabok passes back to Mabok in the post, catches it. All the way to James Mitchell, to Tom Lindsay, who drives in, goes for the mid-range shot, hits it off the of the rim, and it gets rebounded. And now Stats on a reasonable fast break.
Oh, swerving through the play.
And he's cut through the whole of the defence.
Cut through the whole team. They're making it far too easy for him now, Keele.
I think they need to do half-court man-on-man defence. They're allowing him to get to the D with so much rigor and speed that he's more or less impossible to stop.
Yeah,
and if you try to stop him, you commit the foul, and we've seen by shooting that he's going to get them in.
I mean, exactly. He just slipped through that like a knife through butter. It was quite incredible. One thing I have just noticed is that it is actually the Stats cheerleaders sat in the stands who are leading the chants when Stats are on defense. So that could. I mean, I'm not saying it will, but that could play an important part in their in their game psychologically.
Well, it's good that they have the support. I feel a bit bad. And it's been stolen. Tom Lindsay doesn't get it. It was a great steal, and he's kept it in again. This is athleticism at its peak, and it should be at the 3. Oh, he's gone, cuts in, and it's too low for Mabok. It's going to be difficult for him to reach from there, and it's been stolen. And now he's made it into a dead ball play. He's going to calm it down. The screen, rolling play, number 6, and there should space open.
Goes for the 3,
and it's in. And Keele, shocked. Keele are in absolute shock.
And Staffs take the lead for the first time since
A long time.
a long time. I mean, it's got to be since the first quarter.
Oh, easily in the first quarter. And Keele are worrying at the
Yeah,
moment.
they've called a timeout. They've got to sort out what's happening. I don't understand what's changed.
I don't know what Stas have done over the half time. I don't know if they slipped something in their drinks or whatever, but
I
they're
honestly,
doing something.
I can't see Stas playing any differently. I can see Keele playing differently. Their defence is not as tight-knit as it was in the first half.
Yeah, I can agree on that one, but you can just tell by looking at the dugout, there's a bit of a disagreement at the start. Tom Liddy a bit angry at something. He needs to rally his troops, get them back in the game. I know it's only 2 points in, but the momentum's a stat.
Exactly.
Momentum, you can lose not potentially 9 points in a quarter just by 3 silly plays. And all I'll talk about how well Keele are playing, although they still have, it's been completely cancelled out by the really quick start Staffs have made.
Yeah, I mean, all the good work they did in the first half has just been counteracted by the last 3 minutes. They've just been, sloppy defensively.
That's how quick basketball can change. That's how quick it can change. And it's getting loud in here.
It is getting loud, but I mean, what a spectator sport this is. I mean, this is an absolutely nail-biting game.
And I think it's a foul called. And it'll be Keele ball on the Stas byline. Oh no, the Stas sideline. Tom Lindsay on the ball, top of the D. Drives in. Oh, bounces in and out. Game of inches there. Oh, he's dominated. Oh, that was dirty. And it's a 3-point shot, and it's an air ball.
Exactly 6 minutes left on the clock in the third quarter. Staff 37-35.
I apologise if there's a certain... I've been exposed to a lot of NBA basketball in my life, Jack, and there's a few things that occur whenever certain things happen in the game. Whenever a player fails when he shoots to hit the rim at least, the crowd shouts air ball in a rather elongated way, and it's the same when they connect for a free. So if you're wondering if I'm having a mild stroke or anything like that, it's just me harking back to my NBA roots.
Oh, quick turn. And it's easy. It's too easy.
Poulton.
Number 3, one little duck of the shoulder, and he was away from 2 Keele players, and they're making it too easy for him now.
Poulton then, the number 7, public enemy number 1, is silencing the crowd, relatively speaking. Yeah. And it's a 4-point game, halfway through nearly of the third quarter. Keele need to get back in this.
They do. I mean, as I noted, with the Staffs cheerleaders leading their chant, we have now heard that the Keele supporters are a lot quieter. They have been a lot quieter in the last 5 minutes.
Well, they need to start making baskets to counteract that. And
we need the next basket just to get back the momentum.
Especially if they score from this.
Great.
Although very good defending, he may have gone for style over substance there when he could have easily have probably caught that. And he really wanted to show the Staff people he wasn't going to take any of their rubbish.
But again, number 3, one duck to the shoulder, and he's taking more than one player out of the game.
And Keele need to be smart. They need to work on the play, not do that. That's wasting the play. That's
wasteful. And now another quick break. Extend their lead to 6 points.
I have to say, when Staff score, the amount of people that are clapping is possibly like 30% of the crowd are still clapping Staff. And that's going to have a big thing. The Keele fans need to get pumped in. They need to get behind their team.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the quarter.
Does Keele have a free shot? I think they do. I think Keele.
It's a free throw. Although good to get some scoring back in the momentum. It's not a score from an open play.
Yeah.
it's all great scoring from the free throw, but if you're not getting it in the open play, where's the momentum going to come
Score is
from?
still a score, though.
This
could prove to be the the boost
catalyst.
guys need. Yeah, absolutely, the catalyst.
And he's missed it.
Unlucky. Gets a second try, though.
Second try. 6-point game. Will he cut it down to 5 points? That's leading 41-35. And he's missed both.
And it's
Free
another
throw
great
shooting is the fundamental part of basketball. You need to be getting at least 50%. And Stats are playing very high defense, not allowing them any leeway to get out of their own half.
And also, Stats are really dictating the pace of the game. They're playing so fast.
Oh, I was about to criticise him for being very
Still, nothing.
That was a foul, and it's been eventually called. James Mitchell showing a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde performance in just 20 seconds, throwing the ball carelessly in the first play, and then stealing it back.
Good recovery.
And then earning the foul. Now there's been a substitution. Seki's coming on. He's shown he can shoot from three. That might be needed. He needs to be able to get himself into open positions, get some free shots, and try and just cut this lead down as much as possible.
Absolutely. I think Staffs have just called another timeout.
Interesting. I wonder what he's going to be saying to the coach. They've been given up a few fouls recently. I'm wondering if he's just calling it to just calm them down, settle their nerves a little bit, and make sure they keep their heads on their shoulders. But ultimately, if I was the coach, I would have kept it going. They got the momentum.
Yeah. Okay, so 4 minutes left, 6 points behind. What would you be saying to the Keele players right now?
I'll be trying to remind them of what they were doing in the first half. Like, fundamentally, you can see there's just a slight bit lack of energy comparison, and that's obviously going to be a given over the time, but maybe they need to be making more rotations, hence why the subs are coming. They need to be doing their marking a bit better, maybe the tighter marking, full half court, not letting them get anywhere settled offensively, and also getting them a block on and guarantee that you're getting those rebounds. They've managed to get a few offensive rebounds recently, which has guaranteed them enough points that they've got the lead.
I think they've just had a like a dip in concentration. Their passing doesn't seem quite as sharp anymore. I can't really hear them talking to one another. I think it's just a dip in concentration. They just need to get their heads screwed back on.
Not only
get the when it comes back to the play, get the free throws, and try and start building some momentum again. Try and break down Staff's momentum.
Very, very true. But it's not only that the passing's lost a bit of zip, it's also they're choosing the wrong passes at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that when the scoring is going against them, and Staffordshire have managed to get a few fast breaks on them, that they're trying to rush back and score back when that's not going to be the way you're going to get into them. Scoring in basketball is very much about flow. If you're getting lots of points, you're more likely to be scoring off fast breaks. If you're not scoring very much, you're going to have to work out in a dead ball situation where you've got to work for them. And they've just got to be patient. There's enough time in this quarter. Maybe there's enough time to be able to focus on defense and guarantee just getting a few points. Not trying to rush back into this. There's 4 minutes left in the quarter, and then a whole quarter after this. It's just being touching distance by the end of this half, end of this quarter. Maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to get back to their form they showed in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, another issue is Staffs have had a lot, and it seems to have had a lot more of the ball, and because they play such a fast game, they're forcing Keele to play fast as well, and Keele just don't seem as comfortable playing at that kind of speed. So I think they just need to, take their time when they've got possession, pick the right pass, and eventually they'll get the breakthrough and keep Staffs, on the back foot.
It's what we were saying in the first half about when Keele were on top. We were saying how Staffs were struggling to be able to find the points when not on fast break and when they needed to work for them.
Yeah.
Whereas Keele were managing to get points in nearly all areas. It's just about getting their flow. One good point one good basket, one good way of teamwork, and maybe it will be different, but something's going to change. And
it looks like we might be taking another short delay to let the hall air out a bit.
So we'll be leaving it for a little bit.
This could be problematic for staffs, as it gives them more time to think about it, like I said. And it gives Keele time to catch their breath in such a fast-paced game.
Anyway, so we'll be leaving you shortly until the game resumes. It is 41-35 to Staffs against Keele. We've got 3 minutes and 55 seconds left in the third quarter. If you've enjoyed our commentary, please follow us on Twitter. The handle is @TVKube, and give us a like on Facebook. Just type in KUBE TV on the search bar there, and we greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you won't leave any mean comments to us, and we'll see you very soon. We'll update you as soon as play resumes. Thank you. It is 41-35 to Staffs, and it is Keele possession. Keele are in the black, Staffs in the red. 3 minutes 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Thoughts, Jack?
Well, I mean, both teams played fantastically in the first half, but Keele they've dropped the intensity this half, and that's why they're now 6 points behind. They went into the halftime break with a 6-point lead. They're now 6 points behind.
12-point differential.
I mean that's
just 7 minutes, 6 minutes of play.
6 minutes.
12 points.
And that's how quickly Staffs have turned it around, because they've been playing so fast.
Remind me, how many points was Keele on at the half?
It was 33.
So at the moment, this quarter, it's been 12 points to 2.
Yeah.
And that's not good enough, but luckily
we have
free throws, and it's going to be James Mitchell, number 12, taking them. He makes the first one. You can tell by just the crowd reacting to a free throw that meant something.
Hopefully, if he can score this one as well, the crowd will really start to pick up and get back on the team.
Yeah, but hopefully that stoppage should make sure that the court wasn't too slippy and injuring players would have affected anything. And anyway, Rushton managed to get a very impressive rebound, but went for the putback straight away and got blocked twice over, I feel. And it's the key man, arguably the MVP of the match so far, on the ball. Passes it to public enemy number 1. And it's Keele break. Seki. Oh, that's very unlucky. He got caught behind his back when he was trying to do a round the back bounce dribble, and unfortunately it'll be counted as travelling, which obviously in basketball you're not allowed to move without dribbling the ball. So it'll be Staffs leading play. 3 minutes and 25 seconds left. That was good marking there by very good marking. Led him away from the basket. He was going to have to go around the most difficult route of trying to get a shot in, and he kept enough pressure on him and enough contact for him to lose his balance and then give up the play.
Those little dips of the shoulders. Number 3.
Oh, that's a lovely play, but something's occurred there. That's a bit unfortunate. Tom Lindsay gave a beautiful cut pass into the subbed in. It's Darren Swinsko rather. He did a really nice drop of the shoulder, cut in, and unfortunately it's been given a foul, and I think he's going to get 2 free throws. It would have been nice for him to be able to finish it in play, but oh well. Let's hope he finishes these 2. Let's see how good a form he's in with the free throws. First one coming up. And it's off. I have to say, I've been in these situations, not with a crowd as big as this, but with a decent crowd. Being in a free throw is very nervous. And he's missed both. It's because you're so aware that everybody's watching you do that one shot. It really can throw you off. It's much easier to shoot in play because it's more like natural.
Yeah, it's just in the flow of the game.
Yeah. And it's a 3-point shot. And really, I would say if that went in, that may have been it. Early to say, but that would have really knocked the sails up. And it's another block. And it's going to be a fast break. It's a point. It's another block. It's a block party over here. It's number 3 with another 3. 44-35. Keele are really worrying here. Shots need to be taken. Shots need to go in. And it's an air ball. Keele really have not come out the half at all right. Another 3, public enemy number 1.
But that's a big statement from staff. 2 3-pointers in a row.
And it's a 12-point game.
12-point lead now. Keele really need to get a good couple of scores before
This
the end
quarter
of this quarter.
has been 18 points for South, 2 points to Keele, and that's similar to the women's basketball earlier. Unfortunately, it is going the other way.
And considering, how good, how dominant they were in the first half, this just isn't good enough from the boys. They need to, they need to work out what's wrong. I can't understand what's wrong. What's changed in the past 8 minutes. Just under 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Well, I have to say it's maybe an issue of fatigue,
It could well be.
inexperience. I think because they've been going through varsity after varsity, some of these players will be in their third / fourth as another 3. May I say it could be game over. 15-point game.
I think
way the biggest lead of the game. And they still haven't scored in open play all quarter.
No, and that really does bode ill with less than 90 seconds to play in the third quarter.
They need to bring in some subs. They need to try and get some stops and fast breaks, because that's the easiest way you're going to score. You need to get their offense and sort their offense in, draw them in, get the rebound, and get somebody to launch in. And it's missed. Another free throw missing. It's fundamental basketball here, Jack. You need to be making those. What's that? Miss number 5 this quarter?
Yeah.
If let's say half of those or over half of those went in, it wouldn't be as bad a situation, but this needs to be going in.
This does.
And it's off. And it's not. Battles hard off the rim. Rebound by Staff.
Unfortunately, I think
all the momentum with them.
I think the nerves might be getting to the players now.
Not a lovely finish, but what a pass. And he dives in. He's in the corner. And he's taking a step back too, and he's missed. Rebounded by Tom Lindsay. He needs to lead by example now. This is the kind of basketball you need to do. You've got to get this shot in, and it's missed. Rebounded well by Tom.
Still on ball though.
Finally!
Gets us back within 13, but there's less than 40 seconds left in the quarter.
It's 35
we might be able to get
now.
one more score in, and that would be key. So long as we keep them out for 30 seconds.
You'd prefer it to be a 3 right now, stick it back to 10, but they might do what we were warning about the first half, hold the ball up. It's just too easy. Very lucky there for Keele. And this is breakaway, and just I'm struggling as a commentator to stay impartial and not get frustrated by just how poor Keele have played, but all credit to Staff. They've managed to, whatever they've done at half time.
Whatever they've done at half time, it's a stroke of genius from the coach. He's completely shifted the landscape of the game, but
with the rebound, and it should be a jump ball, and it's half time. Not half time, third quarter, 1 quarter left, 10 minutes to go. Keele needs to beat stats for 14 points.
There's a lot of work to do. 13 points, that is a lot of work to do.
And if you just look at the faces of some of the Keele players, they realise that quarter, they let it slip away further and further.
They appear just as flabbergasted as I am. I mean, what changed in half time to shift them from? I mean, they scored 4 points in that quarter. 4 points
Two
to
of them.
23, 24.
It's a lot of points to concede.
That is a lot of points to concede.
And only one of them from open play. Not good enough for Keele.
I think the nerves of continuing our 4-0 win streak might be just getting to them slightly.
As I was saying, they're used to playing in the Midlands 2A Bucks League, so the equivalent of second division, and Keele are used to playing in the Northern 3A League. So the quality of the teams that they're going to be used to playing is so different that Stats may be used to being behind at half-time. They may be used to that situation. Keele, not used to playing against a team that are expected to win, maybe got complacent, maybe just inexperienced in the situation.
Yeah, they might have got wrapped up with the the occasion of it.
The fans did everything they could in the first half, and they rallied behind them and it worked for them.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, the fans are only going to be reactionary to how the football and basketball is going. And so, unless they're scoring points, they're not going to get that rallying. And
unfortunately, the Keele supporters, many as they are currently being drowned out by the staff supporters.
They are.
Because the staff supporters are so much more jubilant.
They are.
They have so much more to shout about.
You can just look at the Keele fans' faces, and most of them are a bit sad. Really.
Yeah, I mean there are some heads in hands.
Solemn.
Solemn. That's the word. That is the word.
And it's another turnover there. Unfortunately, James Mitchell trying to create something. Can't blame him, but for some reason I'm very surprised. They keep doing bounce passes to Mabok, meaning that the ball's going to be around his knees. And really difficult for a big man like him to be able to reach to.
Yeah.
Whereas he's got the height advantage against most of the players. Just pass it up and catch it.
He's got the height. He's certainly got the arm reach advantage over every single person on the pitch. So
probably everybody in the bloody hall. So why don't they just pass over onto the heads?
Yeah.
It may not look as flashy. It may not be as incisive as a bounce pass might, but it at least go to him.
Yeah.
Like that. That was a beautiful pass. Proving his height is the
Quick break, quick score.
That was very nice movement, and this has got to go. This has got to go. This has got to go. And it's not. The ball was brilliant rebound. They got it muscled out of him, and it's going to be good pass. A very good pass. And it's just looking up to score. And the ball showing some handles there. Now you've got the space, you've got the time, and that's the captain showing it again. 3 points cut down, 12 left to do. And they're trying to pump up the crowd, the Keele fans are responding. This is what's got to keep going. The fans have got to get behind them, and the team are going to have to show the fans something different.
The fact that the team need to give the fans something to shout about, and they certainly did there. Cut the lead down to 11 points, 63 seconds played, so there is still plenty of time. This game is definitely not over.
Interestingly, the contrast between the roles that Tom Lindsay, the captain's had to do from the first half, he was executing the offense so well, getting the right passes to the right people at the right time, getting the shots that they want and getting them down. Now the scoring onus is on him now, and nobody else is getting their shots down or creating the movement for him to pass them, and he's having to get the shots.
Basically what he's doing is saying, this is how we do it, lads. Now you've got to try and do it yourselves as well.
He's a modern day Hannibal, or Napoleon, or Julius Caesar, someone leading by example, and he needs to rally the troops.
Who knows? I mean, if they manage to pull this back, he could go down in history just like those three gentlemen. So.
And it's a mid-range shot. Just misses. Tom Lindsay with the rebound, but Staff number 9 hits him in the face. I wouldn't say intentionally, but it wasn't nice. I wouldn't want to receive such a punch. He took it better than I would.
Absolutely.
And anyway, there's a slight little change in here. There's a little bit of atmosphere building up, reminiscent to first half, but there's got to be some three-pointers in here. Let's cut this lead down. There's still enough time, but odds are back against them. There's a shot. They're not taking the shots. There seems to be something different in terms of they have this space. Some of them are getting these open shots. First half they would have shot that straight away. Lavette with the rebound and the finish. Well done.
Well, as much as they've improved in offense, they've now got to make sure that they stay tight in defense.
That's very
They've got to make sure they do not concede anything.
Well, you know the age-old saying, the best defense is a good offense. And to be honest, if you're scoring a basket, air ball. If you're scoring a basket, it doesn't give them enough time to be able to fast break them. And it's a foul. You would have liked it to have gone in. So it's a 9-point lead.
Really brave play there.
It's fundamental basketball, Jack.
Yeah.
If you miss it, it's fast break opportunity for the other team.
Yeah.
If you score, they don't have that opportunity.
And now we've got a
they're
free
managing
throw.
to get some stops that they were failing to do in the third quarter.
They can cut the lead to 7 points.
In KUBE, taking the free throws, everybody backing him. But the pressure.
Absolutely. I imagine the pressure must be absolutely
I would not want to be there.
unbearable.
I would not want to be in this situation. That's why I'm up here, getting back
That's why we
standing
don't
up for
play.
hours.
That's why we don't play the sports. We report on them.
That's why we sit on the sofa playing sport games on our PlayStations or other game consoles while these people do the real job. Missed both ones. And that was an appalling pass.
Poor pass, way too much on. This level's starting to get a little bit rattled
Poor
themselves.
pass for the number 4, Ash Holland there. I don't know if he saw a poltergeist that he wanted to pass to, but it was just to no one. And that wasn't even... he tried the no-look pass, but his opposite man read it. And I think he's... Well...
That composure seems to have completely vanished.
It has gone, but it's all well and good that Staff's composure's gone and they're not really controlling themselves, but Keele have to capitalise it. And that's what a team like Staff's in that situation probably would do. Now, MVP.
MVP definitely so far this game, number 3.
Passing it around, controlling the game.
Pitch by far. Goes to the
Holland the 3, misses it. Oh, there's a bit of a collision there, and it's gone to Keele, although I'm not sure I would agree on that one. I am not sure, that's a tough one. Of course we would. This is basically, Keele want to win this so we can actually have a chance at Whitewash Wednesday.
Yes.
And be able to get Terrific Tuesday instead of Tides Tuesday. And it's just missed.
Bounced in and out.
6 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game, 9 points in it. That's, I can't remember the last time they got a point. It's been a while.
This quarter,
However, is it? It is. That's a 2-point shot there.
It's a 3.
I saw it is a 3. The other coach, the other referee gave 2. But it's a 3-point game, and that's a dagger in the heart of Keele there. That takes some real gall to get that shot in. When there's so many people in the hall willing for you to just hit the ring. And there's a little stoppage here. Now, if the lead continues around this area of 10 points to 14 points lead for Staff, it'll get to a point where Keele just have to go for it. Like, what's the difference ultimately in losing 14-0 and 32-0? It's going to be a lot.
Exactly.
So go for the freeze. Go for glory, essentially. And that's a lovely play. That's a lovely play. Mabok again. And it's a foul.
Is it a foul on the ball?
No, I think Mabok caused a foul. Public enemy number 1, number 7 for Stas. Getting the foul, reacting badly to it. He's a bit of a crybaby, not gonna lie.
But it is our.
I wouldn't say that to his face.
It is our free throw.
A fundamental basket there. I have to say, if you had to choose the best player for Keele today, who would you say it was?
Well, he has just scored 2 points for us,
Crucial points.
but I think this half, Tom Lindsay, the team captain, has had such a huge impact.
I would agree on that one, but in the overall course of the game, the inside presence of Mabok with the rebounding, and it's another 3. What can he do about it? It's automatic. If he's open and he takes that shot, more times than not, he's going to get that in. But if I have to say the best Keele player, I would have to say Mabok. Inside presence, the rebounds, the amount of second chance points he's managed to get, and also assists from the post position.
I think Keele player of the match for me would be Tom Lindsay, but MVP in the game overall, it has to be Staff number 3.
Yeah.
Some of the 3-point shots he's been making would just absolutely.
I think his name, but he could be wrong because they did not give us the correct team sheet. It is Prashan Rai.
Prashan Rai.
Yes. And I haven't seen a 3-point shot in person in a non-professional game like his in my entire life.
Yeah, and he's sunk at least 5 by now.
And that's a big point there by Leon Lee.
Back within 12 points.
Second free throw. And it's just missed. And I think it's been given to Keele. Interestingly, I thought Mabok slapped that out, but I'm not going to complain.
No, we will take that. Just under 6 minutes left.
Back to KUBE. Nadari open. Nadari cuts in, but just couldn't corral it. And it's an open. But is he going to get blocked? Oh, audacious play there. Tried the out. Back. Oh, difficult to commentate when so much is going on. You can tell with the break of Ash Holland there, with the 2 big men following him, he knew he wasn't going to get that, so he passed it away. Tried to cleverly, but didn't pull it off. And Hulton, the number 7 for Stas, just couldn't corral it, but he earned the foul, and so Stas inbounds.
We did have a slip at the other end, so we may
be taking
a short break. We have to see the doors open.
Yeah, the doors are opening,
and the teams are by the touchline. The music's restarted. So 5 minutes 36 seconds left in the game. Stas lead 56-44, and we will be back with you shortly after this break.
And welcome back. Big play just happened straight away off the break, and it's a dunk. I think it's the first dunk of the evening. Straight off the play, we got 5.
It did seem a little bit unannounced that the game was starting.
Yeah.
So I think the Keele players have a right to feel take some umbrage at that.
Yeah.
But we have just got the points back, so it's still just 11 in it.
Just 11 with 5 minutes left is a big mountain to climb.
We can at least close the gap.
And it's a 3-point shot, just misses. And it's rebounded, but it's stolen away by James Mitchell, who does a risky pass. You don't want to be passed, and it's a foul. He must be on a few fouls now. Is number 7, Hulton. And it'll be, I'm guessing, an inbounds. Oh no, it's not. He's on so many fouls in the game.
Straight to a free throw.
It's gone straight to a free throw. I think there's been enough fouls in this quarter, and/or by the player number 7 Staffs, which I'm not surprised about. that has gone straight to free throws. In KUBE to take. And he makes the first one.
Nothing but net.
4 minutes and 48 seconds left in the game. 10-point game. He's just going to cut it down to single digits. And he doesn't. But it's well rebounded by Mbok, who has a free shot. Nobody's contesting it, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. And Stas probably going to be careful not to rush it too much. Nice movement there. Loses it there. Back out to Halton. Back out to Prashan Rai, the MVP for this evening, I have to say. Misses the 3-pointer. It's surprising when you say he doesn't go in. And it's a lovely play. It's another one of the fans are on their feet in this building.
The whistle's gone. The whistle went before he dunked it. I don't think that's going to count.
No, I think it will count. It's a foul and a shot, so I think it should be. Yes, it is. It's 2 points. So it's an and one opportunity. If you're fouled and you make your shot still, you still get one shot at the free throw. So it'll be a 3-point
down to 7.
7, and if you look at how they were talking before the interruption because of the risk of the field, they'd be taking this position. It's only been a minute or so in. Absolutely got 5 points back. This is a big free throw. Just misses. Have to say, in future reference, Mbok is going to have to learn and practice his free throws. He's got fouled a few times today, and you are going to if you're a big man. And you could earn a good 5 or 6 points more a game if he gets them to...
I mean, he's been one of the best players for Keele all over the pitch, but his free throws have let him down a little bit in the last 2 quarters.
I have to say, one key difference between the two teams, I wouldn't be surprised, it does happen in NBA basketball, is notice how many more free throws Keele have had than Staffs. You could credit that to Keele being a bit more clean team, not necessarily doing that, but in basketball, fouling is actually a tactic of the game, and they've probably noticed how not necessarily that good Keele are at them, especially all across the board. There's only a few players that have made them consistently, and they're probably better off risking fouling and saving themselves from conceding a basket.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Keele's free throws have been so hit and miss that you're probably right. That does make a lot of sense.
Well, there was a big thing, and it's always been creeping up in the NBA rulebook every year or so. There's always one player who is awful at free throws. Like their percentage is like below 40%, which is appalling for professional standards, and they call it hacking. And there was a big player called Shaquille O'Neal, most people know him.
Yeah.
He called Hacker Shaq, and he was so bad at free throws, but he was so dominant everywhere. It was better to foul him and make him do that and only get 1 point than him just dunking on him. And that's what they might be doing. Like Mbok isn't the best free throw shooter.
You can bring it back to 7.
And he's missed another one.
He gets another chance.
And you got to say, the more you miss, the more likely you're going to miss the next time. Because your confidence is going to be shot. You're going to question your shooting for.
He's missed again.
You know what might be a plan, and I wish I could just shout it onto the court now. He may as well just throw the ball onto the rim and try and get it back to him.
Yeah.
It's more likely to do anything like that. So, just under 4 minutes left in the final quarter of the game, and it's an 8-point game. Staff's leading it. Staff scores. Ash Holland with the ball. Passing it to the top of the key. Ash Holland again. And it's number 6. And that's a lovely block. He really reached up for that one. And it's a 3-point shot. Ash Holland. I don't want to be mean, but I'm surprised by how many minutes Ash Holland, number 4 for Staff, has been playing. And I haven't really seen that offensively that big a threat. There's been better players who have been on the court than...
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Staff's number 3.
And there's a few minutes left. You may as well use the minutes up on those players who are guaranteed to settle this game out.
Well, exactly. But, this close to the wire with so few points in it. Now down to 7.
Leon Lee with the free
You've
throw.
got to get on your best players.
I'm sorry. There's no coincidence that they're getting to the line this much. And Leon Lee just missing out. And it's such a scrap in the middle. The ball just misses and he gets it again. And it's got to be a... What is going on down there? Everybody going on. It's Mabok versus the world at the moment. And Mabok's just about winning it.
Oh, but he hasn't won that one, unfortunately.
Well, it took 4 players to do it.
I saw his hands on the ball first, but
That's
you know,
what I think they don't want... I haven't seen a single jump ball yet, and I'm surprised. What's going on there? I think it's a foul called on Leon Lee, number 8. And he's going off the thing. I think he may be fouled out, and they need to bring on someone else. Nazari is on for Leon Lee. I'm thinking he's either close to fouling out or has fouled out, and Nazari's on. Nazari hasn't played bad himself. Just under 3 minutes left, 7-point game. One big free for Keele, and it's so close.
It's still on the knife edge.
But a big 3 for Staff in this
And I don't
game.
think Staffs have actually scored in this quarter.
Oh, they have. They've hit a 3.
I think they
haven't hit.
scored once.
They have hit. They haven't scored in a few minutes.
No.
But just think, how many missed free throws have there been for Keele?
Yeah.
Just this quarter, maybe 10.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between being ahead and the front. Those are 3 points, and you've got to take them. And this is a big chance. Oh no! But unfortunately, he couldn't corral it. And it's an open 3, and he missed it. They're very lucky there, Keele.
Very lucky.
And they can't get the ball. What's going on?
Can't get the ball back.
This is precious time off.
Yeah, and you can see Staffs is slowing the tempo of the game right down.
And I think it's going to be a foul called on Mabok. Unfortunately, usually we'd back Mabok against pressure on Rye, but when you're on the top of the key and there's so much court to run around on, the smaller man's usually the one who wins.
And now he has
now we all know what his shot's like, and I can assume I'd put a lot of money on this being 2 free throws. And I was wrong. I'm glad I didn't put the money on it. That's a big, big 3.
They can still make it an 8-point lead.
And now, if this misses,
And he does.
teased it by racking around the rim so much. He just gave you the idea that it wasn't going to go in. Now, Tom Lindsay, what can he do to rally this lead back? And that's a lovely pass. Unfortunately, he couldn't split. As I've been saying, Mabok's been fantastic, but we can't keep going to him. Like there are 3 people on him every time. I mean, you're not going to score consistently when there's 3 people
need to start
dying for you to not score.
We need more numbers in their half and more passing.
Oh no! Okay, that's a lovely play, and it's a brilliant fast break. Fantastic fast break. Key part of that play, although the finish was fantastic, the no-look pass by Tom Lindsay. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I would say assist of the night. Ooh, that's a big... That's clutch. That is clutch there.
Back to 8 points, 80 seconds left.
That was absolutely clutch. And he held the shooting form and looked at the crowd as they went in. 1 minute and 13.
He can get away with that because he has had an amazing game.
I would love to know how many points he scored at the end of it. Anyway, it's 1 minute and 13 seconds left. An 8-point game. And luckily, we've got free throws that don't take the time off, but may take the score off.
So this is key now. He cannot afford to miss his opportunities.
You've got to feel bad.
Still headed to 7.
He's missed both of them. And as sad as it is, I think that's game over.
But it's been brought back for another free throw.
He makes that one.
Makes it.
7-point game, a minute left. Stats can run out the clock. They're not going to rush to make this. They want as few possessions. And that's a lovely dribbling by Patrick Rye, who passes it in. Blocked well. Mabot keeps it in. He needs the help though. James Mitchell on the ball. You need to hurry up. We've got 45 seconds left. This has got to go in. And it is! What a shot! I've lost my voice.
4 points left.
This is incredible. You've got to intensity. There's got to be intense, and you've got to make them lose the ball. You've got to be man on man.
You've got to get the ball. Less than 30 seconds. 4 points in it.
They're not going to rush it to take it. You've got to make them take it. They're going to keep it. You've got to foul them. You've got to foul them. And to be honest, they fouled Ash Holland, who hasn't had the best of games. Now, 18.5 seconds left.
4 points.
It's on. I would say it's on a knife edge, but there's no shot clock in NBA basketball. There's 24 seconds. You need to have a shot off, meaning that there's a bit more time management. But the amount of time they wasted, they managed to get off them staffs in that play, it was worthwhile actually just purposely fouling them and making sure you have enough time to gain 4 points back if they do miss it. Anyway, it's Stas and Keele are both having timeouts. This is the kind of game I wanted.
Yeah. It's just a shame the scoreboard isn't the other way round.
Well, I feel like, considering the run-ins that both of them have had, Keele can be proud either way.
Absolutely. They led at half-time. They had a blip in the third quarter, which unfortunately let Staff gain a lead that was pretty insurmountable. But they have really, really clawed it back. And you know, honestly, credit to the boy. Even if they do end up losing, credit to them.
It could have been very easy for them after the third quarter, where they got absolutely controlled, to just have given up. But they haven't. And just to bring it back to 4 points is enough credit.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, that's a 10-point swing.
Yeah.
Well, Ash Holland, a lot of pressure on him. A lot of people won't be wanting him to score this. He hasn't hit a few shots recently. Oh, that was close. That was so close. Game of inches there, and that is a dagger. And he gets the second one in. He has gone against how he's played, and he's performed at the right moment. And Tom Lindsay's done it again, and it's a 2-point game, and he's got to foul them out. And I think it might be Keele ball. Well, it's got to be. 10 seconds left, 4 points in it. If anybody who hadn't watched any basketball prior to this or didn't think basketball was a very good sport, this is what happens at non-professional level. Get into basketball, it's a great sport.
Exactly. I mean, so far, this is the 5th event, and this has been the best event of Varsity so far. It's been absolutely exhilarating.
Like all the other games, Keele have won comfortably, and it's great to watch that, but as a sporting lover and a basketball lover as I am, this is fantastic. You can tell, even though everybody in the hall that are supporting Keele are nervous, I don't think you'll leave this hall not being entertained.
Absolutely, absolutely. This has been one of the best games I've seen at any Varsity.
So, It's a difficult one now. They're going to be running plays. At the moment, it's been kind of free-for-all basketball. There's going to be distinctive plays being organised now, trying to get the open player with an open shot. And if it's Keele ball, as I think it may be, they're going to have to go for the free. And if they get the foul and the free, that's a 4-point play, but that's unlikely. Again, and it's a foul, 3.8 seconds left. Unfortunately, the player is down. Let's hope he's okay. I think he is. Unfortunately, they have fouled the best player on the court, and it should automatically be a free throw. But Tom Lindsay, I haven't seen anything this clutch in a long while. He scored the last 3 baskets, one of them a free. And with people in his face, people know he's going to shoot, but he still gets it in. And it's going to be...
And it's so cruel on the Keele team with 3 seconds left that Staffs now have the ball and are going to, well, have the opportunity to extend their lead.
What should happen, I think they still got a timeout left. If Preston Ryder, number 3, the MVP of the game, if I'm honest, misses one of these shots, hopefully the second shot, they'll tie him out and get him. And he's got it. How can you have so much calmness in such a volatile environment?
Yeah, that is incredible.
And now, this has got to miss. And he's got it. So perfect.
Incredible. And that is why he's deservedly the MVP of this match.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And
to withstand that kind of pressure, fair play.
The majority of the people in this room were hoping he'd miss, and he still does it. And there's 3.8 seconds left in this game, 4 points in it. It's unlikely, unfortunately. However, the only thing Keele can do, and there's going to have to be a really well drawn out play by either the coach or Tom Lindsay here, to their best 3-point player, to get them open off the inbounds for a shot and be able to have at least 1.5 seconds left. So that's literally catch, shoot, get it in. And that's a lot to ask. So don't expect it just because I said it. And the doors are open, but I think they're going to play through it because
what a final 60 seconds we've had.
Yeah.
It's been incredible.
I hope you have enjoyed this coverage from KUBE TV.
Absolutely.
If you have and you haven't been too annoyed by our commentary, please give us a like on Facebook and follow us on Twitter @TVKUBE. That would be so appreciated.
And immediately after this game, we will be speaking to some of the players in the neighbouring sports hall. So make sure you stay tuned with KUBE TV for a post-game interview with the players.
Game over. It's game over. He didn't take the shot straight away. And the thing is, interestingly enough, there was so much pressure on him that he could have jumped into the player whilst taking the shot, drawn a foul, and got free throws. And if he got it in, they could have tied it up. That's still asking a lot, but at the end of it, it's 0.2 seconds left. It has been proven scientifically it's impossible to catch a shot and shoot it in time. So this is game over, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Well done, Staffs.
Unfortunately, to add insult to injury, the Staffs number 6 sunk the first one and sinks the second one. A fantastic shot. Shot.
Credit to Staffs where it's due. They are getting their free throws in when it matters.
And credit to Staffs, they came back after a really torrid first half, but they have now won it 67-61 in the most dramatic of finishes I think I've ever seen in any varsity event. Staffs win, it's 4-1 overall, but well done Keele, absolutely incredible.
Credit where it's due. And the fans in the stands, even the ones at Keele, are standing up clapping for their performance. I think a lot of people had doubts about them after the third quarter, and even before the game. They showed a brilliant first half. It was that third quarter that lost it for them. They really just showed that lapse, and this shows that you can't, in this game, you can't just give up at one quarter and expect to win. You've got to be solid all the way around.
Yeah.
And that was a fantastic fourth quarter of basketball.
And we're back. I've got the commentators here with me. What a game that was.
I'm knackered myself, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was shouting, I got carried away. I was not impartial at all, I'm not going to lie. I hope the coverage was okay, though. The game
Coverage is outstanding, yeah.
the game was fantastic as well. What did Jack think?
I mean, those last 60 seconds, how many times did, it was going end to end, got it back to, a 2-point gap, 4-point gap, and then, unfortunately we couldn't finish the job, but absolutely amazing game, amazing game.
I mean, regardless of the score, Keele, they still did us proud. It was a very, very close game.
Yeah, I mean, they were leading at first half and, looking kind of, comfortable on the ball. Then third quarter, everything just kind of went wrong.
There was a point where Keele didn't score any points. There was about a solid five minutes where Keele didn't score any points.
It was it went nearly the entire quarter without scoring an open play, which is not great. Like, they played so well, and I think maybe I wouldn't say they got complacent, but I think Stas they've been used to playing in positions where they might be behind at half time against better opposition. I think their experience and also their point guard, Prashan Ray, who was the number 3, you can't stop him. Literally had the most unstoppable shot I've ever seen. And I think he won it for them, MVP.
So that's your MVP. Jack, what about you?
I totally agree, but credit where credit's due. Tom Lindsay, captain of the Keele team, he made some absolutely incredible plays, in particular in that last quarter, making, the last minute he must have scored like 3 shots. And, captain leading the way, unfortunately, just couldn't quite get us there.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate, but regardless, it's still been a good day of sport. Women's basketball, what were your thoughts on that?
It was absolute domination. Like, it was painful to watch.
It was embarrassing, wasn't it? It was embarrassing.
Like, when you're going to get that sheet of all the scores from the games and people are going to look back a years from now and go, how did women's basketball do? And they're going to go, how did that game become so bad for Stas? But credit to Keele, like Sophie Mansfield was brilliant, MVP for that game. Sarah Fulshaw as well, she was great. Like, they all worked very well as a cohesive unit. But for Keele, although good as a team, but it was 2 particular players, Mabok, the centre, and Tom Lindsay were the ones that kept him in it.
Tom Lindsay played very well today, and we even need to give him the credit because Keele don't even have a coach, and Tom Lindsay, they don't have a coach, so Tom Lindsay calls all the plays, calls the defense, calls the offense. He does everything.
He's a genius then, to be honest.
I doff my cap to you. Well done, incredible job, incredible.
Let's have a look at what some people are saying on Twitter. The Keele Crusaders said that they are tuned in and watching. So hello to you. The women's football team are having a pass tonight, and they have the basketball on. Caitlin Puzar said, "Come on, Keele, you got this. Get us some 3-pointers." Didn't quite make it in the end, but almost. Almost. I mean, it was unfortunate because Keele did have it for so long, and then they just threw it away.
It's difficult. It's really difficult to see why. It was just that one quarter. It's that one period of like 8 minutes where just the energy was lost, the momentum was gone. They weren't getting the shots, allowing Stas to get their fast breaks, managing to get easier points, and then they weren't getting their fast breaks as well. So when momentum's against you, the lead can get taken away from you, and then you're losing by ultimately 14 points by the end of that, and that killed the game for them.
It did, but I mean, let's talk about the last minute of the game. That was some nail biting stuff.
I like the tension in the crowd. I mean, you could feel it, you could hear it. It was unbelievable, and some of the some of the passages of play we were seeing were unbelievable. It was incredible.
It was unfortunate. It was unfortunate though that Keele, they gave away those free throws.
Well, it was tactics at the end of the day. I think staffs were doing the same thing. I think they were purposely fouling Keele because a few of the players, unfortunately, on the Keele team weren't hitting their free throws as regularly as you want. And the difference at the end of the day was, 5 points? And I think in the final quarter, they missed at least 5.
I mean, you saw in the last sort of 5-10 seconds of the actual time clock, staffs had sort of 4 or 6 free throws, and they got every single one. And that's ultimately what killed us.
Tactics at the end of the day. You had to foul them, not let them
waste their time. There was one passage of play where I was just screaming whilst the coverage just going, foul him, but it wasn't happening. But it was a fantastic fourth quarter, like to rally back, and I'm still shaking from it. Like Tom Lindsay, who's just an eye shot, it's just like some of the shots. Everybody knew he was going to take the shot, but 3 people trying to block him, and he still got them in. And here he is.
Here he is. We're joined by Tom Lindsay, captain. Tom, commiserations. Where do you think it all went wrong?
Well, like what you're saying, it really did come down to free throws at the end. What the big difference in the game was that they had a really good 3-point shooter, and every time he got a little bit of space, we just weren't close enough, and he was making his shots. I mean, it's one of them where on another day he might not have made them, but unfortunately he did. So we did change it up a little bit. We put different guys on him and tried doing things a bit differently. And it did slow down. He got tired, and then he stopped, and that's when we started to come back into it. But movement in the second half was not as good. The third quarter, we slowed down quite a lot. First quarter, we were hitting passes and giving goals, and it was working. But like you say, it was free throws that made a difference. We missed, I think it was 12 in the game, something silly like that, which is a shot that, even at this level, it's 70-80% we should be making, at least. But it's a big occasion, and people get nervous, unfortunately.
I mean, it is a big game, and personally, I think you were just unlucky at the end. I mean, that last minute of play was serious nail-biting stuff. That was hard to watch.
Yeah,
I mean, how was it for you when you were playing it?
Fine, you kind of have to just shut it out. You don't look up, you don't look into the crowd, you don't see what's going on. You just play. Things are different. Like this kind of shots I was taking, then you wouldn't take at any other time, but you just kind of have to go with it. So normally if we set in 3-point shots up at the end, it wouldn't be me doing it. But if someone's hitting, you kind of just got to go for it and just hope. Unfortunately, it was falling, but like you say, they were hitting their shots as well, unfortunately.
Anything you guys want to ask Tom?
What was it like when you hit that 3 in the last minute?
That was the loudest I've ever heard it. That was crazy, actually. Like, we've had games before where we've had people watching, like, that kind of numbers, but that was serious, that.
The support was outstanding. I mean, there were a lot of people there, and the gymnasium was also full of people watching it on the live stream as well. So you had a lot of support out today.
When we were shooting free throws, it sounded like it was quite loud even when we were missing. And then when you make them, and it was 3-4 times as loud. I was like, I didn't realise just how many people are actually there. It was really good, yeah.
Well, it was a great game. Unlucky. But, I mean, you have done Keele proud, and I was saying to these guys as well, you don't even have a coach. It was you calling all the plays and everything, so congratulations for that. I mean, you played well. It's just unfortunate. No worries, thank you. Okay, so that concludes day 2 of Varsity. We're back again from 10 a.m. tomorrow with everything that you can imagine to do with Varsity. And hopefully it'll be Whitewash Wednesday. Varsity score currently stands at 4-1 to Keele, and we will see you tomorrow. Good night.